rights in re-aliena falls under those instances like lease, servitude, securities, mortgage, and trust. So, almost 5 instances are falling under right in re-aliena. So, whenever we'll discuss about lease, so lease as provided under section 105 of Transfer of Property Act 1882, how an individual under right in re-aliena vested his rights to another person for a specific period of time or for a stipulated period of time under certain conditions which are laid down under the lease documents. And the second instance is servitude. And servitude is of two kinds. One is private servitude and the second one is public servitude. So when it is private servitude, one have the right to weigh over and which is vested in the very owner of the land. So it is considered as private servitude. But when it is falling under public servitude, so any other individual or person not having possession and ownership over the land have the right of servitude, and the right is considered as his crossover and passage to highway or public road over another's private land, and that is otherwise considered as public servitude. And our next instance, that is regarding mortgage or securities. So, you will discuss about securities. Securities are those things or properties which you would keep in the creditor, and that provides the encumbrance rights vested into that creditor over the property of a debtor for recovery of debt, and unless you have not paid the debt, the creditor has that right of encumbrance over the property, and that is a kind of vested right which falls under right to in re-aliena under the instance of securities. And our next categories of instances that is falling under right to re-aliena is the right in form of mortgage. So under section 58 subsection A of Transfer of Property Act 1882, one is payment of advance money which give rise to pecuniary liability. So, the very pecuniary liability arises out of mortgage as per the provisions of section 58 subsection 1 of Transfer of Property Act 1882. So here the very right under the very clause of right in re-aliena is with the person who credited you under the very principle of mortgage of one's property, so the very person who mortgaged his property bears certain pecuniary liabilities to the creditor. So, to retain possession of those, one must have to pay the debt. So, this is considered as an instance of mortgage right that is falling under right in re-aliena as per Roman law. And the fifth or the last category of rights that falls under right in re-aliena is trust. So, in regarding that, an encumbrance, the ownership of property is limited for the benefit of some as per section 3 of Indian Trust Act 1882. So, those properties or those benefits which are under the trust would be considered as right in re-aliena, and it would be considered as an encumbrance or ownership of that property. But that ownership and encumbrance over that property is limited, as because the very trust properties and the trust amounts are always for the benefit of some particular categories of persons for whom the trust is made as per section 3 of Indian Trust Act 1882. So, in the above videos, almost we have discussed about rights and their meaning and definition. So, the very elements of right and also the very kinds of rights, such as the perfect and imperfect rights, positive and negative rights, so also rights in rem, right in personam as provided under Roman law, so also proprietary rights and personal rights, legal and equitable rights as we found under English common law, so also the vested and contingent rights, and so also under Roman law, right in re propria and right in re-aliena. And that right in re-aliena, how it was explained under those instances of lease, servitude, securities, mortgage, and finally trust. So, these are the various aspects which we have discussed regarding rights and exactly in relation to explaining how rights are being explained under law, and those rights which are considered as legal rights. And regarding the civil political rights, that we would discuss in our upcoming videos.